Don't believe true lies. True lies are everywhere, and they're wise, but they're wisely wrong. Let me show you some true lies today. Today we're going to look at the book of Ecclesiastes. You might say, why are you skipping Psalms and Proverbs? Well, because in our Bible reading, we're reading a little bit of those every day. And the hope and the plan, if the Lord wills, is to do Psalms and Proverbs next year. And so we'll be taking a whole year on those two books of the Bible. So today we're looking at Ecclesiastes chapter 1. The Bible says, the words of the preacher, which means a leader or a group of people. Vanity of vanities, says the preacher. The word vanity means absolute zero, empty, meaningless, nothing. And what Solomon says in this book is life means nothing. Now maybe you felt that way before. Maybe you felt like this whole thing is meaningless, and for one reason or another. Whatever reason you thought of, he has listed in this book for why life is meaningless. He says, one generation comes and another goes. Look, it's either coffins or cradles. That's the furniture. That's all we see. He says, the sun rises, the wind blows, streams run, the eyes see, but they're never satisfied, ears hear, but they're never satisfied. What's been done will be done. There's nothing new under the sun, key phrase in this book. And there's no remembrance of former things. He says, I've seen everything under the sun and it's all meaningless. Now that's the key for this whole book, is to understand that it's in terms of everything is under the sun. It appears over 20 times in this book. Under the sun means, look, anything that happens on the globe with the sun over it. And so there's no view of God or eternity in all of these statements, which makes them true, but lies. Lies because there is a God and there is an eternity. He says in chapter 2, look, I tried to indulge myself. I searched how I could make my body happy and gratified. I made great works. I built, buildings and planted vineyards and pools. I had slaves. I had possessions. I had silver. I had gold. I had singers. I had concubines. If I wanted it, I got it. And he says, and it was all meaningless. All this pleasure was meaningless. He says, even living wisely, you'd think is the best thing, but it's meaningless to live wisely. Why? He says, because the same that happens to the fool happens to me. The fool gets heart disease, I get heart disease. The fool gets cancer, I get cancer. When there's a flood, it floods the fool's house and it floods my house. What good is it to live wisely? He says, toil, working hard. I'm going to leave it to a fool probably. He actually did. His son Rehoboam kind of messed the kingdom up. The question that he's asking is not, is there a God in this book? He's not asking that question. He's asking the question, does God matter? And this is the book of the Bible you want to go to whenever you feel like life is meaningless. Because when you get to the end, you're going to find out these are lies. Life has meaning. And over the next couple days, you're going to see why life has such tremendous meaning.